Hello, hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. And today, as you all know, as you all have seen already, this is the game for Asteria series, and this is the grand finals of the match. And you will be witnessing the grand finals together. And as you can see, the teams are dropping into their favorable locations, the zone spots, and as we can already see, METAMIND has already dropped nearby the hospital, and they are claiming this land for themselves. Mm. Yeah, so already you can witness that the players are already starting to get knocked out as well. And yeah, this is the fight. This is the fight between Justus and Team RT RITZY Academy. And let's see, there are more team involved in this fight, and which team can make it out alive. Yeah, as we can see, there are 4 teams in this battlefield, as well as we can see CKRS participating into this fight. But as well as we can see RTZ Academy in trying to hold back the team. But let's see where this fight tells us to the story, and as well as we can figure out which team will be the one that will be surviving from this battle, and the surviving factor will make them to take a lead in the table, but as well as to gain some kill points as well. But talking about the kill points, we can already see the teams getting to the engagement. The engagement are running very fiercely right now, but RITZY Academy trying to put some pressure on the opponent team, but opponent teams are also trying to hold off, and they are still trying to catch up in this match. But this is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Asteria series season 1 finals, and this is the grand finals day number 1. Tomorrow also we'll have the event, and today it consists of 5 matches, and tomorrow it will consist of 5 matches as well. And let's see where the match leads us. By now the players are already starting to get knocked out, and RITZY Academy facing some trouble over here, but yeah, still they managed to pull out themselves from the situation, and with only duo players surviving for them, and it has been turned into a really critical situation, as the team Exile and team CKRS has already eyed them onto their scope, but as well as CKRS trying to put some pressure over there, trying to make some elimination for themselves and trying to take the charge. But this charge will also lead to some casualties or not, that will be figured out soon. But still, we can see the player Karnumi, Karlex, Skunky, and Coco. They're trying to move forward, and as they try to move forward, they're still trying to build up some momentum over here, and we can see the moment what they can lead into. But yeah, judging by the momentum of the team, we can already figure out that CKRS, they are getting pulled back in this battle, and as they get pulled back in this battle, how they can manage themselves to pick themselves up. Yeah, but as we can see, the golden horse are also trying to come for some third parties as well, but this third party can lead to a huge trouble right now. This can be a huge troublemaker for the team. And talking about the trouble, the teams are already trying to make some build up already, but their trouble will, I guess, be stopped from team CKRS. But as we can see, there's a lot of cluster going on in the side of Primox. There were already one team got eliminated already from this lobby, but as well as there are lots of team coming for the engagement at the right overside here. But let's see where this tilts us and where this leads us, because as we have already witnessed, there are multiple areas in the Ragnall where the fight still continues, but within this continuing battle we can see the team getting shots on, but as well as Goho Misa has been already knocked out. But in this battle, this is a three-way battle right now, while the Goho is already putting the scope on, deal some damage against the player Carlex. But Carlex is still trying to figure out that he can get a shot or not. Yes, he can get a shot. He has the player knocked out already. And as well as talking about the shot, RITZY Academy player finishes the kill right over there, and he gets to secure that elimination. Bad news for team CKRS. They have knocked out the player though, but still didn't manage to take the elimination. Player going to the straight charge over here, and yeah, Carlex takes the shots and make a full stop to the team CKRS. While the domination comes from Smoke, his team has been already wiped out from the lobby with 4 eliminations over here. Talking about the eliminations, Team Exiled came to do some third parties, but due to some ups and downs, they are already converted into a one-man standing over here. But yeah, let's see this solo player, where can he take his team into, up to which placement he can take his team up to. But yeah, as while we talk about the game, we can see already team TNZ and GODF nearby. They are into the apartment area of Zojapool. But yeah, while they are in the apartment area of Zojapool, there are lots of teams who are seeking for the opportunity to get a single kill over here. They can imagine of adding a sudden kill into their placement, into their kill points. Team TNZ and God trying to make this battle a little bit comprehensible. They are trying to avoid themselves. Looking from this perspective, they are not trying to get into engagement into each other, but the fight in the Primox still continues, while the Golden Horse Masha knocked out TMBW. He didn't knock out, he completely eliminated the team. The team has been already forced back into the lobby. But while talking about the eliminations, as we can see, Team METAMIND already going for the kills over here. While they go for the kills, it's a little bit unpleasant situation for the team. Bastard, as already one player got his feet down. He has already been knocked out, while the Blinks X knocking the team from TNZ. There is the battle between the team. There is the battle between the players. Godfather going down, Rocky making this eliminations possible, while the Katana are charging for the straight player ahead, while the players of GOLDS Esports are also trying to catch up, and from the southern side, TNZ Esports also trying to make some third parties over here. But can this third party get some kills for them? Can they secure some kills for themselves? But while talking about the kills, Team Bastard Test has already been converted into a 2-man team, while they have already converted. Okay, wait, that was a bad mistake from Wolf. It could have hurt the team as well, but yeah, never worries. But players are still pulling themselves up together and still trying to make some fight over here. But while the God F has already lost their one single player, but still Team RL Bastards, Team Bastards Katana, still they are trying to figure out how they can make a survival into this fight. While Shockwave, player of Shockwave, is also trying to pull himself together into the shores of Ragnall. But talking about the shores, while the Raven gets his kill finished off. Raven gets finished off over here. METAMIND are also facing some trouble against many teams over there, while the TNZ Esports are into standing firm and strong over here. Going for the grenade, and this grenade can make a lot of difference, while the METAMIND player is unaware of the situation. managed to avoid that grenade, but Devil takes the chances over here, and TNZ Esports is moving forward to capitalize on this chance over here. Devil managing to secure his kills over Samad, but we can see Didon are going into the home, and yeah, it was not a pleasant situation. It was not pleasant situation for the team, but still they managed to pull up this fight, and I guess METAMIND is left with one solo player standing. Yeah, METAMIND with currently one solo player standing. How much can he manage to pull off in this match? That will be decided by the time, but judging by our circle, if we do judge the circle currently right now, as we can see, the teams are fighting in southern side, but as we speak, the battle initiates between Team Oldskool. Team Oldskool getting into the engagement with Team Sketchy Witch. Sketchy Witch, I guess they are trying to pull up some fights over here. Okay, Sacred Way, sorry, I'm sorry, it's Sacred Way, but Mind Wolf trying to get some elimination, but in the retaliation fire, Boria already finished off that player. But as well, we can see the Team GODFATHER standing strong in the field of Ragnall in Zorjapul. They are still surviving in this battle, but Nexus Gaming is here to join the party as well. But Nexus Gaming has already spotted some player. I guess they will try to backstab them or try to make some elimination out of the team, but it will be decided by time. And as we get to see more matches, as we get to see the more engagement, we'll know the team playing style and how the team behaves to the each engagement as well. While the FVZ FARVOICE Gaming has already put knocked out to the team Secret Way. One player has been already down, but still Seiko going for the eliminations, trying to figure out how he can manage to knock out more players and push. But still God Team godfx still trying to make some third party over here. But as we talk, ladies and gentlemen, the Team TNZ Esports also has been really stripped off from the title, and they are falling back in this game. They are falling really back in this game. In a couple of seconds we got to see so much team eliminated over here, so much team were getting knocked out over here. But GODFATHER Blix in the brink of death, he managed to survive the factor. But as well as NEXUS Gaming trying to get some finish off, trying to get some engagement, as they have their eyes set on FARVOICE Gaming over here. FARVOICE Gaming is also locked on into their scope, but oldskool takes down another player. Team oldskool is also taking down teams as well, but as we speak, the team is trying to hunt some players of Team Modern. Team Modern is also trying to defend themselves, but in this process of attack and defense, we already can see Himba getting knocked out and finished off by one Frozen X. But still, there are two players remaining, and can these two players pull off some magical moment? But still, Abdullah has his sights set on Carnos and also gets the knockdown. But still, as we speak, there is a huge blunder from the team and get knocked out from the right hand side as he gets shots. He didn't have any cover, but this led to a fierce battle between these two teams. But still, can Dawn pick his teammate up, changing the seat and still trying to make some shots and knock down one player, and by knocking out and the player, he has created a perfect opening. But can he capitalize on that opening? This is the battle between the three teams. This is a three-way battle over here, ladies and gentlemen. But can this three-way battle be solituted this easily? But still, Dawn trying to make some pressure over here. Team oldskool is also trying to provide some cover for his player, and he do successfully manage to provide that cover, and it's getting tough for Team 1. Team ROZ, I guess it's Team ROZ ROZAVLEA, and they are facing really great trouble over here. They are facing a lot of problem over here. Can they tackle themselves out of this problem, or it will be GG for them? It will be told by the time. And still, we can see we're already into the 15 minutes of the game, and it's 13 teams, 32 players remaining in this battle. Those who have joined the stream just now, those who have been connected with us just the moment right now, let me inform you all, guys, you are watching Asteria series final season 1. This is the finals day 1, and today we will be having 5 matches. We will be conducting 5 matches, and you will get to witness 5 matches together with us, and within the duration of the course we'll get to witness total of 5 matches today and 5 matches tomorrow, and within this total of 10 matches we'll get our winner for the Asteria series season 1 grand finals. And let's see which teams takes the title for this event and which teams take the crown. Now as we can see and as we speak, the goho has been taken down. SKOOL already kneeling down on his feet over there, but we can see team oldskool Casanova trying to make some position into the circle, and as we know this is the battle of houses over there, but Casanova getting shots from behind but still manages to take the cover, and the small house managed to save this player as well. But still talking about the cover, team NEXUS Esports are also coming to the fight, and the Frozen has been already took down, and it was a really bad situation for the Frozen. He did manage to make himself out of the deadly situation, but still got caught off guard in the process of saving himself. But still, as we talk, the circle is coming to a shrink, and after 50 seconds we'll get to witness the stage 5, and after witnessing the stage 5 we might get to see a fierce fight between teams, between many players. As we speak there is a lot of conflict going on in the game, but still FARVOICE Gaming, they have their eyes set on team oldskool, and they know their location, they know their position. A couple of grenades can do the job, but still I guess the player wants to save the grenade for the later on phase in the game, as the player has 7 grenades over him, and this is an entire barrage of bombs, entire cargo plane dropping a bomb. It's like a red zone, artificial red zone created by a single player if he manages to drop that 7 bombs into the player's house perfectly. But still Mandar are trying to take some shots against the player of godfx Empire, trying to fire a retaliated shot, but retaliated shots are not doing any progressive damage to the player, but this damage and this situation can lead to a critical battle over here, as these teams, both of them exchange shots with each other. But during this time there's another competitor in the match, and that is not other than TNZ Esports. They have already managed to take one player down of gamersunited force, but still we can see the backup coming up right now, and as we speak the Mandara is relocating his position. TNZ Esports trying to make some pressure over here, trying to create a dominating factor over here, but still as they progress, as they move, one player gets slapped out from the vehicle, and it's down to 3 players as well. The battle are into the favor of equalities, as Vicino got finished out, and as we can see the next circle is also moving up on the team, and this next circle, and how much can he make it out alive, how much the damage can the circle make. As you can see at the points table, as we can already witness, TNZ has only managed to secure 1 kill, but I guess the gamersunited force have, okay, they are 1 kills ahead, and the gamersunited force have already capitalized 2 kills into their pocket. But as we speak, as we witness the game, we can as well as see team FARVOICE Gaming also trying to participate in this battle. Team Modern is also trying to get some eliminations over here, trying to make some living for themselves, but can they pull this out alive with the shots get into some connection. But as we can see, Snow Casanova gets down, and Clix also taking down Frick, and Clix is trying very hard to manage that elimination, but in the end he gets knocked out by the opponent team. And the players of gamersunited force have already managed to sneak back on the team and already build some pressure on top of them. But during this pressure, can they make it out alive? Can they survive this factor? But okay, Mandara knows the position, Mandara knows the game, but can his knowledge make him out alive? But as we can see, slot 20 is also getting into the engagement, as well as TNZ Esports. They have got a higher ground view, higher ground advantage, and they can see clearly, ladies and gentlemen, they can literally see every corner from this place. They have the god house over them, they have the god view over them. But Kilano trying to take down player, and he do manages to take down 1 player as well. But TNZ Esports, can they survive into the 6th zone? Can they make it into 6th zone? And let us see where the 6th zone shifts its position, where it handles out its position, as well as the positioning for the sixth zone is in the deciding phase. And after a couple of seconds, after 15 to 10 seconds, we'll get to see another circle, and the teams which will be facing much more trouble regarding the zone, as they won't have zone over their head. They might have to move into the circle, and the team which are already into the zone will try to make a really hard situation for them. But still, GODFATHER Esports is also getting knocked out. We are already converted into 10 teams, and the timer is counting down up to 21 minutes of the game. FARVOICE Gaming, they are not stopping right now. They are not stopping. They are in the killing spree, and they are knocking down player one after another. There's only 3 eliminations secured for the team, but as we can see by the performance, today's winner chicken dinner can be handed over in the name of FARVOICE Gaming, because they have a good positioning over them and a good area to move into the circle, but also they have a good number of players alive. 3 players are still standing strong in this battle. 3 players are still looking through the field of Iragnal. 3 players are still trying to make some eliminations for them. And can their effort, can this struggle give them a proper reward? But as we can see, FARVOICE players are raining down heavy shots of M416 into the stomach of ZONEZ Esports, and in the blink of an eye, ZONEZ Esports is completely eliminated from the battle. And instantly the team got so fierce and finished off. They managed to pull 3 elimination, but as we talk, the Bastards has been already eliminated from the game. So many players, so many teams are getting eliminated instantly. But yeah, can this team make themselves out? Can the TNZ Esports make themselves out of this fierce battle? Can Team FBZ can do it? But still, they are trying to get into the house of Team Modern Esports, Team Modern Mahakara. I guess Siko knows the position of Mahakara. I guess he have already heard some footsteps into that house, and he's trying to move in, but still TNZ are blindly throwing their throwables. I guess they don't have the proper positioning for the player who are situated right there, but still they are trying to move forward to check on the player. But player, okay, I guess it was a very bad decision for the team Nexus to pick his head out, because FARVOICE Gaming now has already capitalized that shots and already made a knocked out to the player. And into some 50 seconds we'll see our stage 7 circle, and this will bring a lot of trouble to the team, for the team TNZ, especially as TNZ Esports already knows the location. He's already set into the position to hunt players while they are running openly in the circle, and it might be a very difficult situation for TNZ as they will be running openly in this circle. But let's see what this game unfolds, what this story unfolds, where the battle will go to an ending, and which team will manage to take that #1 position with the lovely fried chicken. And let's see who will get this first match chicken dinner into their name and establish themselves with the 10 graceful placement points. But as we speak, FARVOICE Gaming is also surviving in this game, and they have already pulled off 5 elimination for themselves, and this elimination will really be helpful for the team in upcoming battle, as we know the team is very desperate and hungry for the kills. And here goes the grenade, and it doesn't make any connection, it doesn't guarantee the player any kills, but still he's trying to make a move, he's trying to build up some pressure over here. And can this pressure give him a reward? But still FARVOICE Gaming, they are getting retaliated. Nisu has been already knocked out by the team TNZ Esports. Yeah, this was the opportunity they were waiting for. This was the opportunity, but NEXUS Esports was also seeking for this opportunity currently, as the Dawn do. Players have already their sight on to the team of TNZ, and this might be a difficult situation for Z. But as well as talking about TNZ Esports Dawn, he also might to face some pressure as the team are rotating from the water right now. But as they rotate from the water, uh, he might get a sneaked attack onto himself, and this could cause a lot of danger for the player. But yeah, still teams are trying to make a rotation. Teams are trying to get into the houses of each other. But yeah, as we speak, FARVOICE Gaming has already gotten so front. But now only surviving player for this team, and he knows the position. He can hear the footstep. Asteria can switch into his hand. Player Nexus going upstairs. I guess he didn't knew the player was under there. But yeah, still, let's see what the game unfold, what the battle says about this match. But it is a good opportunity for TNZ Esports. Dawn has a good opportunity for himself as he is in the higher ground, and if some of the grenades catch him, it will be a really panicful situation. And as we speak, there comes a grenade into his face from the Nexus, and he directly kneels before the team. But yeah, as we speak, there's a player hiding behind the shadows, and Boria and MVP getting those two knocked out, and Mikey is only the surviving player, and he can manage to get revival for his teammate. Yeah, he is reviving his teammate. They are only 2 meters close to the circle, and as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, the game is really going very, very intense. There is a rampage for RTS Kimi, but yeah, team godfx, those team which were in a brink of elimination, has a good opportunity to pull off this battle. But as I was telling, I thought in the beginning of the game FARVOICE has a little bit upper hand, but judging by the situation right now, GODF is making a really good progression over here, a really fabulous progression, a really competing game in front of team TNZ, Nexus, TNZ Esports and FARVOICE Gaming. They have the number, they have the game, and they have the momentum as well currently. But as we speak, there are 5 teams and 10 players remaining for the game. The timer has already counted down to 28 minutes. But let's see where this 28 minutes leads, where this 28 minutes gets us into, what this 28 minutes makes us witness. That will be told by the time. But as we speak about the time, we can see the Nexus trying to move into a safer spot, but player from godfx, he is not giving any opportunities from them, constantly trying to pull some throwables. So but we are hoping that this throwables could make some damage. But godfx needs to, he's also into the position. He also knows where the position of players are located, where these 5 teams are situated over here. But still, Nexus Kimi takes down that player. A player comes into his support, but the support cannot lead to a crucial death. As I have told, this support could make players a really harmful decision over here. But as we speak, there comes Boria trying to get some shot, but Mikey already put some bullet into his head and made him fall back from this lobby. But as we speak, the players are getting really into a fierce battle. The player from the godfx is also knocked out, and he's also kneeling down, but sooner or later he'll get the revival. And yeah, we can see back on his feet and already applying first aid. This player Kimi is knocking down player like a chip shot, back-to-back knocks, back-to-back finish off, trying to gather every single elimination for the team, trying to make every single elimination possible for the game, trying to make his best outcome for the team Nexus Gaming. But yeah, Nexus Gaming also know the position of TNZ as well, and there goes the bang of Festival K shots, and the Festival K shots can make some connections, while now has also been taken down. We are already converted into 3 teams, as we can see, as FARVOICE Gaming has already been eliminated. The tough competitors who were giving a much of competition has already been eliminated from the battle. As we can see, the TNZ are also lying openly on the road, but Vicky's know the position, is trying to get some elimination, but during the battle of cat and mouse, as we got our winner Nexus Gaming. Nexus Gaming has already been qualified as the winner. It was very wonderful game from the team Nexus as they performed. It was really fabulous at the end of the circle as they put some show over there. That was really fabulous. But talking about the match summary over here, ladies and gentlemen, we can see it was 74 elimination, 43 assist, 88 knockouts and figure elimination, as well as 18 headshots were total captured in this match. 18 headshots total will capitalize in this match for all teams. But talking about winner chicken dinner, we can see Nexus Gaming with 13 eliminations, 1968 total worth of damage for all players, and total of 5 assists with 9 knocked out for this team. It was a really fabulous game. Round of applause for the team Nexus. But as we move on, we'll talk about the individual stats for the team. We'll be talking about the individuality, consistency and their contribution towards the team from the players themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on your screen, you can see winner chicken dinner team stats, as Kimi has performed really well for this team, securing 6 kills, 8 knockouts and 2 assists for the team, as well as Bucklups with 2 eliminations. We can see Ani Chai with 5 eliminations and Bune with none. I guess, okay, yeah, Bune was eliminated at the early phase of the game, so he didn't manage to manage some kills for the team. But yeah, we will be seeing him really soon in the next game, performing his really best. But yeah, as you see the MVP of the match, you can see Anas Kimi with 968 damage, 6 elimination, 2 assists, 1 headshots and 29 minutes of survival time, with total of 6 knockout for his team. As we have already witnessed, Matt's most valuable player will be moving towards match standing. As we can witness the match standing, Nexus has finished the game with 23 total points, as D is behind them with 12. We can see FBG with 10 points and godfx with 9, TNZes with 8, as well as OS with a couple of points. But moving to the second page, we can see some of the struggling teams over here, some of the teams that are struggling to make themselves at the top of the lobby. But yeah, talking about the lobby, we can see the position of the team. They didn't manage to get themselves a really high end up situation, but still, yeah, they did manage to put a good fight in this match of Ragnall. But yeah, let's move on to another team. But still, Exiled was performing really well at the mid area of the game, but when it turned a really hectic and chaotic situation, the team immediately got scattered up. The team immediately was annihilated. The team was eliminated so quick. So yeah, this was all for the stats, and this was all for today's first match. We'll be looking at the match schedule and we'll be figuring out how the game has been moving and progressing on for today. So let me remind you all, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just connected into the stream, if you are just connected with us right now, let me remind you that you all are watching Asteria series season 1. This is happening in the Discord server of Asteria. If you guys do want to participate, you can kindly join our Discord and contact our mode for your participations. But yeah, talking about match schedule, we get to witness first match taken by Nexus. First match, winner chicken dinner, was taken by Nexus, and yeah, we'll be witnessing the second game Miramar over here. After that, we'll be going through Rondo, then Ragnall, and again we'll be witnessing the match of Miramar. So yeah, let's not do any delay and let's proceed to our highlights, and in our highlights we'll get to see everything that was going for this match. TNZ, and this might be a difficult situation for TNZ, but as well as talking Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Currently we have completed the game number 1 and we'll be moving towards game number 2. And yeah, the first game was took by NEXUS Gaming. It was a really wonderful game from their side, but yeah, as we speak, the plane is also on the move. The flight path is all ready, and we'll be witnessing the match number 2 for Asteria series season 1, and we'll be witnessing which team will be taking this trophy home after the 10th game. After the 10 games, which team will be the one which will be leading into the table, which will be the one that will be dominating in this field right over here. But as you look into the map, we can see the flight path is from Patrona to Torre Amada, and while the flight moves on, we can see the flight, ladies and gentlemen, but we can't see any of the players dropping over here, and I guess it's not my fault. And currently after the update of 4.0, there's been lots of ups and downs from PUBG, but we will get to witness where the players are dropping. As you can see, this event is organized by Asteria Esports, and they are a really good organization, and they have been conducting events from a really long time, and a good contribution for them to make this event really successful and giving opportunity to all the teams and players to participate in the battle. But as we speak, the team Godfather is also dropping from the plane. They are also dropping, but we can also not witness right now. Okay, they are free falling. The two players are disconnected and they are free falling. So yeah, so that won't be a pretty situation for them as they are disconnected in the early phase of the match. But still, Team Zone Z are already engaged in the battle while they have already lost Frick. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, finally we can see our players where they have dropped. We can finally get the information about their drop location as well. But as you all can witness, this is the match number 2 and the engagement is very fierce going on right now as the Bastards Ryuka has also been knocked out. This is a huge pressure building situation for the team as the battle is very fierce into the field of Miramar. The battle is engaged over all the places and among all the places, while CKRS is also trying to get some elimination against Sacred Ways. Sacred Ways is also getting pulled off into the battle with Team CKRS, but as we speak, the Team Goho is also trying to make some casualty. They are also trying to build up some pressure for the team, and Team Goho, they are also retaliating against team number 3, and that will be mind catchers. Okay, mind catchers, I guess. No, they are metamind actually, not mind catchers. But as we speak, FVC is also getting some elimination. They are also figuring out their path, and the table is already high up by Nexus Gaming. They have already secured a good amount of point in the first match. But as we speak, Team Goho already loses their one player. Misa has already been knocked out. But talking about the positioning, Goho has a better approach. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Goho has a better positioning from the team METAMIND, because they have already capitalized a good amount of space. But into mini screen we can also see another team, that will be Team ROZ and Team RL Katana. That will be team number 8 and team number 5 fighting with each other, and during this fight it's a really build up situation for them as he's trying to get some shots against the player, as he's trying to move in, as he's trying to pull up this battle. It can get a really complicated situation for him, but still team number 5 is not backing down. Team number 5 is still interested in hunting that player. They are still interested to take this one elimination home with them. But still talking about MetaMind, can they survive this push? Can they survive? Can Wolf and Aru handle it? But still Katana goes down, and Katana has been already eliminated from the lobby, and as well as the team Bastard Esports are returning back to their lobby section, and we'll be meeting them, Team Bastards, into the next game. But yeah, don't worry, we still have lots of fights going on while the Zone 7 esports are also getting engaged, and one player, Wandorf, has already been taken out. And during this process already we can see Aru MVP has gotten the Goho player, but we can see the Exiled Fighters and Zone 7 esports are fighting against each other while this fierce fights continues across Miramar, where this battle leads into, where this story leads into. But talking about the leadation, we can see MetaMind picking up Goho's player one by one, getting them one by one. But okay, he was nearly missed by the win. But still talking about the situation, we can see there's a battle between team number 22 as well. Team number 22 are also trying to get some engaged, while the Shockwave, okay, yeah, is this Shockwave? But I guess it's not the logo of Shockwave. You have to do something about that. And yeah, I guess there is some mismatch in the logo of Shockwave, and that will be fixed into the next game. But as we speak, the battle is really going into a cutting edge situation. But as we speak, the team Shockwave has emerged victorious from the battle. They have already secured a good amount of elimination from themselves. And also talking about the elimination, it is a really fierce situation for the team. They are also going all in for this battle, and the circle has already closed in, and it's the time we get our new circle. It's the time we move into our next zone and we witness the new formation. But talking about the new formation, we can still see Team Exiled and Team Zone Z Esports are still getting a fierce engagement with each other. But as the battle progresses, as the battle goes on at the later on of the match, from the later on phase of the match, we'll really see a chaotic situation between these two teams. But yeah, as we can see, the team SKOOL has already gotten into the battle with Team Oldskool, as the players of Oldskools are also taken down. And we can see Team Exile retaliating fire against Team Zone ZF Esports. Can they make this out alive? Can this make it out happen for their team, and can they survive in this battle? But talking about the players HP and all, we can see in the stats, the most of the, I guess 2 to 3 players are already knocked out, and most of them are getting damage from the team. But there is a direct rush, and Sick Boy is a solo player standing over here. As the Flex moves into the battle, he gets a numerous shots. Okay, he's getting cover fire from the team, but still Sick Boy goes for a shot but gets a retaliation fire from behind, and into the mid of fire and mid of chaos, he gets completely eliminated. As we can see, the team 7Z also has been eliminated from the lobby, and again Team Oldskool has also been finished off from this game, ladies and gentlemen. But talking about the game, we can see Team Justus going into the fierce engagement with Team TNZ Esports, as the TNZ Esports have already proven how dangerous they can be with one player also in the map of Iragnal. They have already shown their caliber. They have, I guess, okay, it was the Dawn who was surviving till the end in the battle of Iragnal, and the player who managed and survived to take their team into a good positioning. But still, we did saw Devil making a good elimination and contribution to the team. But talking about contribution, we can't forget the team S1, the team Sonic Esports. The Sonic Esports are also in the middle of a chaotic battle, but the first game winners, the Nexus Esports, are also participating in this battle as well. As we can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are already converted into 14 teams. 50 players are alive over here, but the timer is only running up to 11 minutes, and this is a fair battle of burst with these two contestants, as they are staring against each other, as they are looking against each other into each other's faces and exchanging bullets. But their bullets can't make make or deliver them any good results. But still, let's see where the game unfolds and where this battle and the story leads us into the match, and what can be the changes we can see in overall standing regarding this battle. But coming from the right hand side, we can see ROZAVLEA into the battle as well. They are silently observing the match and trying to get some opening on the finish point, and if they find any opportunity regarding the openings, they are not regretful to capitalize on that opening as well. But still, we can only see Dawn with one elimination. The team has only managed to secure one elimination till third circle, but in the matter of fact, in the blink of an eye, we will get to see our fourth circle as well. As the circle closes in, it will be a lot of difficult situation for the teams. So the teams that are already outside the circle, it might be really harmful for them. It might be really chaotic for them to deliver this blow for the team. But as we speak, the team NEXUS Gaming are also making some pressure for the team as well. But still, the Modern Gaming, can they make Team Modern, can they make some changes into the game? And as they are surviving with 4 players and trying to capitalize a higher ground spot into the circle, can they make it happen? And will this get the team into a better approach? But talking from the behind, we can see TNS trying to make some shots, trying to gain some advantage over Team Modern. But as we speak, Team TNZ is also falling a slack back, as only one single player has managed to get this height advantage from the team. And we speak about the zone. As we speak about the zone, we can see player from Roz already taking down a player, taking down a battle over here, as the player from Shockwave is getting really pinned down from all the sides. But he's really in the open, as I guess Rocky can spot him if he makes a quick peek over there. But yeah, I guess he's not interested in that. And we can see the grenades are moving against the odds of these two teams, and there comes the shots of the fire, and instantly he regrets not looking towards it. And we can see there was a vehicle run over. Here comes the retaliation fire while the player gets knocked in his feet. The player is already down, and the circle is also shifting. The circle has already shifted and taken a really small area. But during this battle, Team ROZ, they are really standing out in the field of Miramar, as they have got good positioning and a good spot to secure themselves. But as the zone moves on, they also have to participate in this battle. And while we talk, Team RITZY Academy are getting shots on from the Team S1. The Team S1 is also trying to pick some eliminations. They're trying to make some dominating factor out here as well. But SW Shum, there's a domination for him, as we can already be sure that player have already secured 3 eliminations solo himself. But still, GODFATHER trying to make some pressure over there. But still, Team TNZ Esports trying to give some danger to Team CKRS, trying to put some pressure, trying to build some momentum for the team. But during the buildation of the momentum, can they take a one single player out? Okay, he goes for the shot, but this is a tricky map, ladies and gentlemen. The map of Miramar, you know, there are ridges, there are covers, there are unexpected hiding places, and it makes a lot of tricky situation to get a player down over here. But still, as we speak, the sky is not looking bright today. He goes for another elimination, while the MD is also finished off. And still, ROZ Esports are really getting into a big trouble over here. But as we speak, the battle is really getting capitated. The battle is really getting intensified as the circle is moving again. The circle is closing again. The circle is making it shift again and trying to give some harsh situation for the players, while the team 12 Riz, I guess it's Riz Academy, has already lost their player Karan. But while losing their single player Karan, that might not be a regressful situation for the team, but let's see how they can overcome this trouble and make some game for themselves as well. But team God, they are in the southern side of the circle, but nearby we can see the TNZ Esports also roaming here and there, but still TNZ Shadow has also a good view, I guess, from there. But as we speak, the team TNZ should also move into a favorable location in the circle. The circle will be giving us a next shift, while we can see it's into a open area with ridges and hills over there. There is a god view hill, and if any team do made to secure some spots over there, they can really make a win out of this game. They can really secure a good positioning, a good amount of kill for this game. But as we speak, the FARVOICE Gaming are already into the action over here, as they are trying to take some elimination against Rose, and Malix goes for a fallback situation, trying to avoid from the danger over here. And here goes the grenade, and it doesn't make any damage to the players, as the players have already known this is not a best spot to take the fight. But still, FARVOICE Gaming, they are unknown from the danger that's lurking behind them, and that name is NEXUS Gaming. The team and the winners of first game are still behind the circle, and still they have to overcome this path as well. But FARVOICE Gaming, they're trying to get into the zone, but as we can see already, Sonic Esports has secured a good position and already holding out there, as they have still 4 men surviving. 4 men are still surviving for themselves, and they're still maintaining the players. As the maintenance continues, we can already witness this team is playing a little bit in a passive way, and while they play in a passive way, it is a good and bad thing also for the player. And a good thing will be that they will get to secure placement points, and only they will participate in the later phase fights, and that will be happening with most least teams. But there won't be any good chances of securing a good amount of eliminations points, and with only favorable points of placements, you can't make much into the table. But I guess Seek knows the position of Rose, and he wants this elimination in a really sneaky way. I guess team number 5 also do know that getting into a really open area might get themselves into trouble, but still Team GODFx, they are facing a really trouble as well, and during this trouble they are already eliminated from the game. And in 1 minute 7 seconds we'll get to witness how another circle, and we'll get to see how this favors the team. But as we speak, the Sonic Esports are already into the battle, while the team ROZAVLEA, they're pushing into the team. One player gets knocked out. Team S1 is also trying to hold them off, but into the blink of an eye, in a blink of an eye, the team got eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. Team ROZ has been eliminated from the game, and they are back into the lobby. And talking about the map, as we can already see, the circle is forming over here, and the circle, while it gets its formation, can it make a better situation for the team FARVOICE Gaming? Because on the match of Iragnal, they were really nearby close, a really inches difference from getting winner chicken dinner. But while they came into this second game, the circle is not being into their favor. It's always running far away from them. And can this sixth circle do the same? Yeah, and it did the same, and I guess it broke the heart into pieces of our FARVOICE Gaming. But still, talking about the battle, we can see NEXUS Gaming, 2 players are only surviving for this team. As only the 2 players survive, can they make it out alive? Can they push it out alive? While the FARVOICE Gaming are still struggling to get into the circle, can NEXUS Gaming avoid them? Can they give them a better fight? And still we can witness NEXUS Bune has already knocked out the player from FARVOICE Gaming, and FARVOICE Gaming are facing a really crucial situation over here, as the Shadow also have Eye of a Vulture over here from the higher ground area, as Maki is also capitalizing on the view, as the team have already capitalized the hills, the ridges, and most of the spots that will make them favorable to secure some elimination. And here goes the shots of Mahakara, but it doesn't make any connection. It was a blind shot into the smoke, and still trying to take out some more fires and trying to manage to get some damage or hit effects that will allow him to know the location for the player. But talking about the location, we can see Team Modern at the upper side of the circle. But when we talk about the team, we can't forget the FARVOICE Gaming. The voice are far superior from other team, as the Shadow is trying to take some elimination. Shadow is trying to take some kills, as it get really successful for the team, and he manages to get one player down and also manages to secure that player kill. While we are running out of the time, it's been already 23 minutes in, okay, it was 22 seconds, 22 minutes something, but now it's 23 seconds and okay, 23 minutes and some seconds over here. But yeah, as well as you can see RTZ Smokey trying to get some shots against Shockwave. Here goes another one player, and since the Sonic Esports are already out of this battle, we are already converted into 5 teams. And here goes the shots from FARVOICE Gaming. FARVOICE Gaming are also managed to make some elimination. They are also trying to get some eliminations over here, and can their contribution make this redemption a really successful position for the team. But while the position points are capitalized from 5, and if any team manages to get out of the lobby or get eliminated from this lobby, they will be also returning lobby with 3 placement points as well. But here goes the shot from NEXUS, and player was really spotted in open, and he had the chances, but he missed one in the retaliation fire. Here comes the fire from the Seek, and the player has already been knocked out, and Seek did a really great job over here taking down one player. But in the retaliated way, here comes the another shot from the team RITZY Academy. RITZY Academy are trying to make some third parties for the team and trying to make some situation difficult for the team Nexus. And while this difficult situation continues, can FARVOICE Gaming capitalize on the situation as well? Here goes the player in open trying to make some shots. Stan one trying to make some shots, but as they are already in the brink of the circle, as they are already in little by close area of the circle, they do have to move into 60 meter, and the 60 meters can mean a lot in 7th zone, in 7th circle. The 60 meters can also make a lot of difference. FARVOICE Gaming are 6 meter outside of the circle, and as well as when we talk about the circle, we can only see Nexus and Team Modern. They are already capitalizing at the circle, but they don't have much time. There won't be much time to celebrate, as into 16 to 15 seconds we'll be getting to see our next formation. And with this next formation, there will be ups and downs with the positioning of the team. There will be ups and downs with the coordination of the team, but as well as with Smokey gets knocked out. Okay, he gets knocked out from his own moving vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. But while talking about the game, Team Modern is also trying to make some sneak attacks over the team and trying to figure out the way to deal some chip damage while securing some eliminations. But while talking about the eliminations, ladies and gentlemen, there is a huge conflict between the team. There is a huge misunderstanding between the team. Here goes the shots from the TNZes Mikey, and he's trying to beat the players over here. He's trying to get some freaking kills for himself. But okay, the player from Team Modern are also coming out once, and they're always going inside. But in the brink of an eye, TNS player throws a grenade, and this grenades make some connection over there. Rocky is also trying to get some damage over there. The team and player from RITZY Academy, they are also not backing down on this game as well. Here comes a bounce net, and it nearly bounces off from the head of the player, and this bounce can cause the great losses for the teams. And as we are already into the 4 teams and 10 players standing, what will be the odds against this team? What will be the story that ends the game of match 2? That was the really hard question for me to answer as well. But looking for the team RITZY, they are trying to get some momentum over here, but they are not into the circle. But TNZ has already catalyzed a good amount of circle and circle control over here, and in my perspective, I guess this team has better opportunity to take this winner chicken dinner for themselves. The team TNZ are really trying hard for this second game to make this game into their name, but can they succeed in this battle? Can they succeed in this fight? That is a really great question for the team. But still, if I could get the answer, if I could open a mic and ask them the answer, I would surely do it, but it's not available right now. But talking about the game, we can still see FARVOICE Gaming are still participating in this battle, and they are still standing 3 men strong with 6 eliminations. And can their eliminations be upped a little higher? Can it be more increased? But while they're talking about increment, the one team has already left the lobby, and that will be none other than Team Modern X. Team Modern X that were playing from slot number 7 has been already eliminated from the battle, and as they get eliminated from the battle, we are into 3 teams now. But FARVOICE Gaming, they are really trying to sneak upon the team. They are really trying to make this hard for the team TNS, and it's a battle of 3v4 situation going on right now, and this 3v4 situation can really cause a great amount of damage for the team, as they are already 1 shot on number, and here comes a grenade, and this grenade does the job. While team FVZ, it's a really hard situation for them, and it's a 2v4 battle, and the player was easily knocked from the vehicle, and only solo player is remaining from the team FVZ. And here goes the shot from TNS. As I have already told, TNS was playing really well from the match on, and they managed to get a lovely winner chicken dinner from themselves, and it was a really great game. It was a really excellent and wonderful game from the team. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to watch highlights, and we will be right back with results and all the match stats that you are waiting for. There are 2 players remaining, and can these 2 players pull off some magical moment? But still, ladies and gentlemen, talking about winner chicken dinner team stats, we can see our contestant number 20, that we're sitting on slot 20, and that will be none other than team TNZ Esports with 8 elimination, 2009 damage, 0 assist. Okay, there was some assist, but it led to some ups and downs that cost the player the assist as well. And yeah, we'll be moving to the next stat. As we can see, TNZ Clocky with 1 elimination, Mikey with 2, and yeah, Shadow with 2 elimination as well. And we'll be moving towards our match standing, and we'll be witnessing which team stands at the top, while the team TNZes are standing on the top with 18 eliminations. And yeah, the team D are also following with 6 points, and Goho has already managed to capitalize 5 points as well, and team US are also capitalizing on 4 points, while some of the teams are struggling for the points, and some of the teams have already capitalized a lot of points for this game. But the real question is, what will be the changes in the overall standing? How will it be coming out? And these are some struggling teams that are in the second phase of the table, and as well as we'll get to witness match fraggers as well, and we'll get to see which players have contributed the most. But as we talk about the game, Denon with 4 elimination, Gandmasti, okay, it's Gandmasti with 4 eliminations, SWMK with 4, Goho Windy with 3 elimination, as well as Rocky with 3 elimination as well. But talking about the most awaited thing, and that will be none other than overall standing, as we get to see NEXUS Gaming with 27 points, TNZ with 26, FARVOICE Gaming with 22, as well as TNZ Esports are coming up right behind them with 18 points, RITZY Academy following with 16. And as we do get to witness the third phase as well, and here are some struggling teams that aren't even close to double-digit number. Golden Horde are nearby close and getting to a double digit, but still it is a huge game for the team. But talking about the third phase, we can see Exile Fighter with 4, Sonic with 3, and Bastards with 2, and Gamers United Force with 2 points as well, ladies and gentlemen. But still, Sacred Ways have also capitalized 14 points total from these 2 matches. But talking about overall fraggers, we can see Kemley, none other than the most valuable player of the first match, leading the table with 6 elimination, as well as Sukumuku with the 6 elimination as well. But Debro coming up behind him with 5 elimination, as Didon from Team Danger Esports also has secured 5 eliminations, while now from Team FARVOICE is also making his name into the table with 5 elimination as well. But talking about match schedule, ladies and gentlemen, we have already completed our 2 matches. The first game was taken by NEXUS Gaming, and the second game was pulled off by TNZ Esports. Next match we'll be meeting in the match of Rondo and witnessing the game. But till then, don't forget to like the channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so you get notified during the events, during the intense matches. But yeah, without doing any further delay, let's move on to the highlights, and you guys can enjoy the highlights while I'll be bringing next match in just a couple of seconds in front of the screen. But still, there are 2 players remaining, and can these 2 players pull off some magical moment? But men are still surviving for themselves, and they're still maintaining the players. As the maintenance continues, we can witness this Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. You have already got to witness 2 games already. You have already looking up to 2 games, and you have already witnessed our 2 games winner, that are Nexus for the first game, and it was TNZ Esports for the second. And after 10 seconds, our flight will be into the skies of match Rondo, and we will get to see the match of Rondo over here onto our screen. As the plane has already taken off, we will get to see or witness the plane path as well, where the plane is going through and what is the direction of the today's plane path. But as we speak, there is a recall feature, ladies and gentlemen. If you are familiar with it or not, there is a recall feature in the map of Rondo. So if your teammate does get knocked out or eliminated from the battle, you can bring him back to the life. It is a great feature in esports, and only the match Rondo consists of this feature. But teams are moving to their favorable drop locations. They are already dropping to their favorable drop locations as well, and which teams we will get to witness first battle into the match of Ragnar. We will get to witness that later on. But while talking about the game, we might see a early engagement between Danger Esports, and that might be a tough situation for the team, as the team rows are also dropping nearby them, and it can lead to a gunfight, and it can lead to a huge devastating gunfight, and it can turn into a great casualty as well. But talking about the casualty, team Goho has already been aggressive, has already been started to hunt the player, while the godfx is also nearby them, and this is the time for the godfx team to shine in this lobby. But while the goho are still reviving themselves, they are already capitalized full elimination into their name, and as they have capitalized, they have already gained a 4 points for this game as well. It was opening point for the team, it was opening shot for the team, while the team goho is still looting up. Team Godfather Esports is already preparing to retaliate against them, to fight against them, and where this battle can pull off, where this battle can lead into it in the couple of seconds, and in the blink of an eye we can figure out where it is leading to. But still, talking about the leadation, we can already see Mindstorm also trying to make some engagement into their side, but still they are not really progressive for this battle as well. But as we speak, the Danger Esports are also into the dangers. There goes the shots from the Dawn, and he managed to take down one player, goes against another player. Dawn is really trying hard, but still player was going for the recall. But in the meantime, Donic caught them off guard. But still, team number 7, team modern, they are trying to build up some pressure. Here goes a grenade against a player, and this grenade can be a devastation, but still the player threw the grenade inside the houses. Rather, the player of the opponent team was in the upper area of the houses, but still Don is, I guess he's trying to make it into the recall center. Here goes the shots, and team modern. Okay, they have already finished off the team, but as finish off the team, we can see already the team mind, okay, MetaMind are already hunting the players of team bastards. The team players, okay, the players of bastards are also getting picked one by one. They are also getting knocked one by one, as alone Katana alone is alone in this battle. Here go the shots, and Asteria got into the connection. One player down, alone, trying to make some elimination picks from himself. Goes for another, but he won't get any chances over here, and instantly he has been knocked out. And this all responsibilities come into the shoulder of Yuka, but into the matter of fact, Yuka is also taken down from Mind Aru MVP. It was a really devastating game for the team, and while this devastation continues, Ryuka has also been eliminated from the battle, but still, the Justus are just getting prepared for the battle. They are just getting hyped up for the battle as the circle is closing in into 3 minutes 15 seconds. We'll get to see our new circle formation, and within the circle formation there will be a lot of team moving here and there, but still Justus are getting shots. They are getting a fire of retaliation against them, and if the team RITZY Academy managed to get a single player down, they will do sure move for the push against team Justus, and it might get a little bit troublesome for the team Justus, as they are not well prepared, and they also have not took a good positioning from themselves. In the crucial matter of fact, they could get affected from third parties as well. But talking about the third parties and the king of third parties, we can see the first game and second game Chicken Dinner Hunters are clashing against each other. This two teams are fighting against each other. Already Nexus Gaming has lost their player Kimi, and talking about the fight, Kimi and this Makia has also been knocked out and taken down, and goes for another shots, and with pixel HP the player gets one player knocked out and instantly finished him off. It was a lucky game for the team TNZ Esports. It was a huge lucky game for the team. It was fabulous performance from the player. Still, for the player, it's now, okay, it's not now. The player has already been recalled. He have already recalled his player, while team number 20, they are facing the difficult situation now, because they don't have any opportunities to recall the teammate. And while not recalling team number 14, the Nexus Gaming has already recalled the players. I guess he has sent his one player into the recall center while he could manage. But still, talking about the management, Sonic High has already eliminated the team from the lobby, while TNZ Esports are already back to the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. And with this small gesture, the team has told and set a message for the whole lobby that they are still the first match chicken holders. They have still the gunpowder to calibrate in this match. Okay, here goes the shots against Goho, but still Goho is trying to make a fallback for their team, but their fallback won't be appreciated from the team GODFX2B. Okay, GODFX2B knows the player, but into this chaos democratic situation, Team ROZVLEAs are also trying to get some shots against team number 17, and that will be none other than Zone 7 Esports. Zone 7 Esports, they have already one player down. Their one man is down already, but still can they save him? That will be a real question for the team. But still talking about the question, you got the shots and barrage of Og A16, but this won't manage to save the player. But still talking about the saving, can they make alive into the zone? And that will be a really automatic question for the team. But still Freak is trying his best to knock out a single player, and that might lead them to something. But still team number 17 goes for the pressure, he goes for the shots, and a final bullet connection, and the play zone does the rest of the work. But still, can this play zone do the same? But no, the play zone didn't, but the players bullet from ROZ did it. The player bullets from ROZ Esports have already knocked out the player from Z7 Zone 7 Esports, and this is getting really out of hand for the team Zone 7. While the goho are also engaged in the battle with GOF, they are also eliminating the players one by one. They are also taking the knocked out one by one, and it's a really kind gesture for the team that shows how good they are at this game. While talking about the game, we can already see the golden with 7 elimination, each player with 2, and we can see the windy with 1 elimination. This team is dominating from the start of the game. This team is playing really good from the start of this event, and I guess they might have a slight chances to go to the top of the table from this match. Talking about the fierce battle, we can already see Nexus in the engagement right over here, but as the Exiled Esports are also facing some difficulty, the Exiled is converted into a solo man, and with this shot the player already get eliminated from the lobby. But still there's a fierce battle going on in the field of Rin. While the teams are getting their position, they are getting their fights. We can see an unknown name, that is CKRS, trying to deal with the team number 3, that will be METAMIND. But talking about the situation, we can see how FARVOICE GAMING getting engaged. There already one player has been taken down. There one player has been already turned into a casualty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you all that recall is not allowed in this game, and you are not allowed to recall in this matches as well. So yeah, I don't know what the organizers will be doing or what will be the action or consequences against the team, but as per the notice, you aren't allowed to use the recall feature. A sad situation for the players that will brought back to life after their death. But yeah, can this grenade do the job? But no, the METAMIND, okay, METAMIND player is really sneaky, by the way. He already managed to get in his Dacia and sneak up really quick and easy. As the zone is coming, zone is approaching right in front of his eyes. There is no way he's going to take this 3B 4 situation barrel right into his hands, and talking about the FARVOICE Gaming, they have really raised their voice into these two matches, but they haven't managed to get a single chicken dinner as well. Can they make this game in their name? And that is a really good, that is a question for the team, and that is a question for the audience as well. Whoever are supporting FARVOICE Gaming, do make sure to put a hashtag and spam FVG in the live chat section, as Sneha is trying to hunt that player off the vehicle but didn't manage. But talking about the circle will be again moving for next shift, and this shift might cause a lot of trouble for the team. And talking about the zone, and in a couple of seconds, we did saw our zone, and as per our information, we can see Team Justus and Team FVZ that have only entered the circle. But talking about the fierce battle that are going here and over there, we can already see the Team Justus and FARVOICE Gaming getting engaged with each other. But on the southern side of the hill, where NEXUS Gaming is trying to fight the players from oldskool, they are already recapitulated into a corner space, but still the players are going for each by each player. They are going for one by one manhunt, but still can they make a progress over here? But as you can see, the player have already spotted the team FARVOICE Gaming. A player from FARVOICE Gaming has also noticed a shots that is coming from this direction, and as he knows the location, he will be seeking out for the team. And as the team are not in the zone, it will be a little bit tricky situation for the NEXUS Gaming as well. But oldskool player are hunting from the behind. They know their two players can't be safe, but still NEXUS Gaming trying to make a better outcome for their team. But in this situation of the outcome, we can see ROZAVLEA players are going into the circle, and they are not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. They are not stopping, as they know if they didn't went into the circle, they will get immediately terminated. But talking about the game, as zone 7 player are getting crushed from the team Goho, Golden Horse. While the Golden Horse is playing really well, we can see the team NEXUS are also moving. I guess it can be told that they are also trying to move another chicken dinner into their accountability. And if it is so, that I guess all the teams are prepared to retaliate against the team NEXUS, as they are already surviving 4 men strong for the team. But as we speak, the player from Justus has managed to take one elimination out, and this elimination can play a crucial role for the team while making the team suffer for their deeds. As we can see, there are only 8 teams remaining with 5 kills for the team NEXUS. Can NEXUS manage to pull off more? Can NEXUS manage to take more elimination out for himself? But as talking about the elimination, we can see Godfather are already pushing through the barrier of NEXUS Esports. They are already trying to get some elimination against NEXUS Esports, and if they remain to engage for the team Goho, they might get backstab as well. But talking about the backstabation, player already have a backup contingency vehicle for them, and they will be regrouping with this player, and they are already 4 men surviving with 12 elimination with the winner chicken dinner. they can really gather up a huge number of points. But talking about the point, as you can see, a vehicle run over from the player. Sachin is driving really fearlessly. Kimi, okay, the driver is Kimi and he's really driving fearlessly. Drops one player down and spots another. Okay, God Esports trying to execute from the field, trying to take their player away, as the Secret Way has already secured a good spot and they know where the vehicle is going. They want to take the shots and no one of, okay, the one bullet get connected, and still GODFATHER was also idea. They also are aware that that spot won't be good for them, and let's see where they are heading into and at which position they will be holding. And it's none other than on the mouth of team number 16. They are holding off against Justus, and yeah, just to be careful, I was trying to say that just to be careful, and the Justus has proved that we are really authentic and careful. Another man, we're going here and there, but instantly the player took him out with a shotgun, and after taking him out, he did a little bit of weird dance. The player from Goho, they are really savaging the field right now, vandalizing everything they see or hear in their radius. But as we speak, the team Nexus is also trying to put some pressure. They are trying to put some elimination in the team Golden Hearts, but they are not that easy to take them down. But here comes the shots and lifts him into a surviving 10% HP, and it could be a great damage for the player. It could be a great devastating point that he can make a shot from there or not. But while talking about the shots, it's already 20 minutes into the game and there are only 20 players remaining for the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, in few then 3 minutes our random map will also be ended and we'll get the winner for this game. After this game we'll be having 2 more games, and in that game we will be witnessing the team which have took a huge amount of point for this game. Five teams are alive in the zone, and can this 5 teams pull off some miracle? But as we talk about miracle, Modern Gaming are trying to hunt down the players from FARVOICE Gaming. They are picking players one by one, and can this hunt turn to a massacre over here? But with this finishing blow, the player have already caught a player off guard and has took him out from the lobby, and as he has been took out, we are already down to 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. But judging by the eliminations, we can see higher counter over here that it's not other than MDX. Team MDX, they are playing really well. But talking about the game, ladies and gentlemen, it is coming to an end. And don't forget to like the channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and as well as I'd like to remind you all that if you are just now connected with the stream and if you are right now new to the stream, I would like to inform you that this event is being hosted by Asteria Esports, and you can contact them if you do want your slots on next or upcoming events. There are now 2 players remaining in this field, and let's see if this 2 players can lead the battle into one from the goho and one from the team. And yeah, into the blink of an eye, the team. As the time flows, we get to see our third match. Winner chicken dinner, as it was secured from the team. Modern will be going through all the stats, all the important rankings, and we'll go into a sort-in and short break. As you can tell by the match summary, it was 89 with assist of 44. Knockouts were 88, grenade eliminations were 5, and with vehicle 1 player was killed, as well as with a headshot 17 were finished. Talking about the winner chicken dinner summary, as we can see that this summarizes the whole case scenario for the team, as it's 19 kills for the whole total team, and it was the damage of 3,456 for this team only for the game. But let's see the individual contribution of these 4 players. But yeah, let's move to another section where we can witness our match standing. Talking about the match standing, we can see MDX with 1 win in chicken secured, and with 19 elimination they have already managed to secure 29th in this game, with NEXUS securing 24. We can see the goho with 21 points, US with 10 points, and SW with 7. And you can just pause the stream or rewind it back to watch if your team points are missing. But coming into the second page, we can see all the struggling teams over here. All teams are here struggling. When they will be checked and return to the home as soon as possible. But I'm asking for the match fraggers, and you're not giving me one, and that will be a match fragger miss. But when talking about overall standing, let's see what are the changes after the match number 3 regarding overall standings only. NEXUS Gaming still into the lead, still making the lead. Team Modern trying to build some pressure with 30 points, and TNZ with 30 as well. And this will all fade off with 1, 2, 3, 4 waters per day. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And yeah, keep on watching the highlights. We'll be back with next game. But still, there are 2 players remaining, and can these 2 players pull off some magical moment? But retaliated shots are not doing any progressive damage to the player, but this damage in this situation can lead to Goho has a better space, but hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the game again, and we are right into the middle of something, and that something is our battle already going into the game already, and it is already started between the team METAMIND, and METAMIND are also engaging with the team number 6, and that is none other than, okay, that was not team number 6, actually it was SHOCKWAVE. They are the SHOCKWAVEs trying to make some shockwaves against METAMINDs. But still talking about the MetaMinds, they are standing strong in this field. But let's see how strong they are till the battle ends. But still, let's see what will the game lead us into. While the team Old School are also getting picked. Old Schools, they are also getting knocked out one by one from the team Exile. But Exile, they are still standing strong, but their strongness can be retaliated from the team. Let's see, already only solo player Casanova is only surviving if the team. One player come inside, here goes the shot, and one player gets knocked down. It was a really bad decision from the Casanova going into an open area and taking shots, and that lead to some difficult situation for the players. But as tackling of this difficult situation, we'll be moving on to our next battle, and that is none other than Team Gamers United Force. Gamers United Force are also battling against team number 16, justus esports, taking the hit against Gamers United Force. Can they make it out alive? Already 4 minutes 24 seconds into the game, but justus are fielding against Team Gamers United Force. They are looking at the side of, and they are looking for the kills. They are actually trying to make it possible that this battle goes in a full favor of themselves for the Team justus, as they have already secured a good high ground position. They are scattered in every direction, and they also knew what they are doing. But as we can see, the team S1 is also getting capitulated while they are getting in a third party battle against team number 6. They are getting into the battle, and as they are facing some serious elimination, here goes the shots for the player, and he's just managed to dodge another shot, you know. But while this player goes for the another one, he won't make it out alive, as 2 players are already casualties, as 2 players are already down. Only 1 player is surviving from the team Sonic. It was a really good opportunity for them to do the third party, but didn't manage to execute it well. Let's see. But if the team has managed it to execute the plan really well, they would have secured the kills for the team Exile. But after witnessing the battle of Sonic and Exile, we are back again to our old battle that was currently running into a staring contest. It is staring contest currently, and both of the team players are staring against each other. They are only looking against each other right now. So yeah, let's see, already 1 player has been knocked out, while the Dufu Madara takes the final shot, and GODFATHER ESPORTS eliminating the team justus from the lobby. They are already back from the lobby, but still talking about the Shockwave, he is still continuing the battle. He still knows some players are inside there. He still wants to get the revenge for his fellow members. But talking about the revenge, we can see MetaMinds. Okay, these shots can be crucial, but no, he didn't manage to take the shot. He didn't manage to take the chances from here. But if he would have, he could have secured that 1 kill. But still, let's see where the game leads us. But still talking about the game, we can still see MetaMind. They are in the same usual spot. They are in the usual spot as they dropped in the match 1. Irrational, they are battling against Team Shockwave. The Team Shockwave are also standing strong in front of them, while the team FARVOICE Gaming has also put elimination, has put a knocked out for the team ROZAVLEA. But ROZAVLEA getting into trouble. He calls for the backup. Malik coming for the backup. Multiple grenades are spamming against them, and they are trying to retreat. Oh my god, they are trying to retreat, and this can be a really crucial situation for them. Are FARVOICE going to chase them actually? Are they going to hunt them? And that remains a question for the game. But as we speak, the next circle will be forming really soon, and this formation can cause a lot of trouble for the team, you know. NEXUS Gaming getting 1 player down, but getting 1 player down won't get enough against. They have the team Bastard, Yuka, here goes another Asteria shots, and the player is instantly picked down. Circle is shifting, ladies and gentlemen. The circle is shifting, and let's see where the circle has tilted his position to, and we can see it has covered Gatka Pochinki area, and the teams which are outside the circle, they have to rotate really fast to get inside the circle, and if they don't make it fast, they might lose some serious HP. But still talking about the HP, we can see Shockwave struggling over here against Metaminders, and Metaminders have also covered the all necessary areas that are required to exit the field. But still talking about the game, Mind RO MVP is taking down players one by one. He's taking down the lead one by one, and again the Wolf has eliminated one player. He have already taken one player down, and against MD Modern, okay, Modern team, they are Modern are also running their vehicle against FARVOICE Gaming, and this is a catastrophic event there. This is a catastrophic time for FARVOICE Gaming. Can they retaliate in this fight? And this remains a huge question for this game, while the Modern is chasing and hunting down against them. Here goes the burst of M416, but it doesn't make any connection. The player is running openly freely and still trying to make some escapes over there, but I guess there was some problem with the tire of the buggy. I guess it got punctured, and FVG is already trapped in this battle. While he is getting trapped, a player from his team comes to pick him up while they run off for their life. We can see the team GODFX is already getting into the engagement. This is the battle of death for the team, while the team Godfather was also getting in a fierce battle against the team. But still we can see TNZ Esports scope on into the secret way, but still FARVOICE Gaming going for the shots, going for the close quarter battle against team secret ways. But instant S12K shot gets them shut down against this team. And while FVZ FARVOICE Gaming are also eliminated from the battle, it is a great opportunity for the team Nexus to secure a great spot into the match and also into the circle, as well as they are really far behind. And if they make the lead today, if they manage to take a lead on the first day, it won't be a lot of trouble for them to get a lead in the second day as well, and it will be very easier for them to get into this championship as well. But while goes the shots of Clocky, here goes Flex down, and he have already taken down the Flex. But it's the battle of mid-range, and can they push, can they push the team? And it's a really difficult choice for the team to push in this situation currently. But while we are talking, there is another battle going on, and that is none other than between team number 9 and Godfather Esports is also trying to retaliate some shots, and GODFATHER Esports is also trying to make some domination as well. But in this fierce moment, Golden Horse team will be eliminating none other than team Modern X with 1 elimination in hashtag 13 position as well. But team number 12 is also going fierce battle against the team number 18 with Godfather. But RITZY Academy, can they hunt them out? Can they fish them out from this battle? But the talk is over, while the Gamers United force are also getting eliminated from the lobby, as it's a very difficult situation for them to tackle this trouble. How they can make it out alive, this will be a really great question for the team, that how they can handle this pressure, how they can handle this situation. While the Godfather Esports is also getting ambushed from the team number 20. Team number 20 TNZ Esports is also doing all their best in their power to manage this push against them, to retaliate this push against them, and this grenade can make a lot of difference in this game. While it takes down one player from the God, another player is peeking out, and it might make a very bad decision for them. And while the 4 players are up, while the 4 players are still surviving, can this team take out the players from the GODFATHER Esports? But still TNS making their move. One player goes inside, and the player also goes inside, and in the blink of an eye they have decapitated a whole team GODFATHER Esports. I guess team GODFx, are they actually out? Or I guess solo players remaining from this side. Okay, no, the whole team has been eliminated from the lobby. The whole team has been eliminated from the game, while the NEXUS Gaming are coming far behind from them to get some elimination, to get some engagement against team number 4, the Sacred Ways. But they are ready to part ways with them and secure a good spot into the circle, so in the later phase they won't get any trouble. But still, talking about the trouble, there is a solo player that's surviving in this single house that is ready to give the trouble, and he goes for a little bit of, some of the shots were connected into the vehicle's body, but still didn't manage to hit player. And yeah, it's a really good decision for him to get this, to leave this position as soon as possible, because the team already knows his position. The position has been already compromised, so it won't be really helpful if he stayed here for a long time, as well as zone is also closing in. And after the zone closes in, it will be very hard for the teams. It will be very hard for the players to move out, as well as to capitalize a good spot in the circle. But talking about the circle, it have covered a lot of area in the Gutka, and it will be an open circle this time, I guess. So most of the teams will have to rely on the cover of cars, bushes, and the mini ridges that will be available there. But let's see where the situation leads, where the battle leads. And talking about the zone, and it's still in the verge of spring. But talking about the players that are scattered all over the map, we can see team number 12 RITZY Academy. They are also trying to make some spots, trying to get a better approach so they can enlist some of their elimination, enlist some of the kills. While team number 13 TNZ Esports are also into the battle, getting some elimination, getting some shots against RITZY Academy. And the circle is really in the blink of closing, while player from Nexus, this team is not stopping today, ladies and gentlemen. This team is absolutely not stopping today. 1 by 1 elimination, already secured 6 elimination in their account and in their pocket, but still it's not enough for them. They are still trying to hunt more, and they know the idea of one solo player that is standing for the team Sonic, and still it won't be long till he gets eliminated, as the players from Sonic are okay, as players from Nexus are hunting players like really crazy. But while the hunting were going on, team from ZOXO Golden Horse are trying to take shots again. Metaminders as well. 67 has already spotted the team, goes for the tire, trying to take down the tire, but it won't be possible. He goes for the vehicle, and in a couple of seconds he managed to manage another vehicle and successfully got inside the circle. But for the player 67, he has to travel 60 meters into the zone to get not damage from this play zone damage. Already we are into 19 minutes 3 seconds into the game, and we can see 10 teams alive as well as 30 players remaining in this battle. Ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of the chaos, we can see the teams are moving here and there, but still SHOCKWAVE esports, they are still there, they are still hunting, they are still praying that they will win this battle. But they have a clear view approach for the team Metaminders and team Goho as well, while the ROZAVLEA teams are knocking out player one by one, while the Z7 esports are also in the mercy of the team ROZAVLEA. Can they make it out alive? And this might be a great question for the team, that if they can't figure the situation currently right now, they have to immediately go back to the lobby, while team TNZ Esports is also trying to put some pressure against them. And here comes the shots against Z7 Freak, and it was a really stupid decision to go in the open and try to finish the player, and it got him a retaliated fire that led him to a knocked out and as well. So yeah, moving on into the game, while we can see DE Dawn trying to move in on for the players, and here comes a grenade, and that grenade is not going to make so many of the damage. A blind as 12k shots are pre-fired into the smoke, but that won't be really helpful for the player, as the player is standing behind a window. I guess it was not a really good opportunity, and here goes the barrage of grenade, but that won't make any differences. Into some seconds we will see our next zone closing in, and this is the fourth game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fourth match you are watching for Asteria series, and after this fourth match we'll have a final match, and after the final match our 5 matches for the day 1 will be completed, and we will be continuing the rest of the 5 matches at the same time. Don't forget to join the live stream. By talking about the live stream, you can really help us by subscribing the channel, liking the stream, and let's hit the like target. Everybody is watching, but I guess everyone should like the stream as well, so it will really be helpful. And this event is organized by Asteria esports, and it was really helpful from the Asteria esports to provide the players and or the team with the opportunities of this tournament, while the DE is taking down player for the team Z7 esports. It's been really difficult, as they have already converted into 2-man squad, while 9 teams are remaining in this battle. Go trying to pick some shots over there, while TNZ Shadows goes against player, but still Metaminders, they are not stopping today. They are on the verge of rampage over there. They are on the verge of elimination right over here, and they are they are hunting teams one by one. They are hunting players one by one. They are picking the elimination 1v1, and now they have their sights set on team Metaminders. RTZ has been already eliminated at 8th position with 3 elimination, and here goes the shots against the team, and it doesn't commit any damage, but still the team has to get into the circle, and this might give them a lot of challenge and a lot of trouble, as the Metaminders are already prepared for this battle. As for the Metaminders are already into the targeted area, and here goes the shot for the team. A blind shot, while the team TNZ are already into the compound. Goes for the shot, and one player has been already taken down from the team Metaminders, and the player going for the action, and Rocky takes down Wolf again, while the Rocky is moving very precisely and smoothly. Mind Archer going again inside, and that might cause the damage. and that has caused the damage for the team. And Rocky, I guess it was not a helpful decision for the team, and he tries to go for the shots and take down the player, and he successfully managed to revive Samad, but it was a casualty for the Wolf. In the better sense of game, he could have saved the both of them, but his jumping up and his jumping inside and out has caused the team a casualty, and we can't blame him, but the situation was really tough against the team, so that it resulted in casualty. We can see in a way that it resulted in a casualty, but we can see in the screen, ladies and gentlemen, SKOOL trying to build their own path, but ROZAVLEA, I guess. Okay, I guess the team name is ROZAVLEA, trying to also spot out the players, trying to also figure out where all the players are located in this circle, and their location will help their teammate to gain a cover fire strategy against them. So yeah, talking about ROZAVLEA, he's moving vehicle here and there, inside and out of the circle, so that he can locate position of the players as well. But talking about the positioning, MetaMinders are not letting anyone slip away so easily, that each and every kill count they are trying to put in their account. Each and every player, they are trying to hit him or hit them hard. This team is really performing really well today, as they have their sights set on winning a chicken dinner, but still Danger Esports. Danger Esports is remaining in the battle, while ROZAVLEA is still trying to capitalize in the battle. But against Secret Ways, can they make it happen, and can they capitalize this scenario while the game is in a phase of intensity? Can they cover it out? That remains a huge question, and while blunder for the team, but ROZAVLEA is moving their vehicle here and there and still trying to spot out some player already converted into 2 men. METAMIND, they're trying, I guess they will try to revive their player. Okay, there's one player reviving already, but I guess Danger player doesn't, okay, Danger Esports doesn't know there are teams coming behind them and they could get sandwiched. But this 4-way battle, 16 meters of the zone and stays 8 of the circle, could cause teams a lot of things over here while they are battling. But as we can see, Mind Archer, he's going really slow in this game. He's really moving really slow, as we have Samad also coming into the aid for the player. But D-Dawn knocks out one player. ROZAVLEA goes for another player. He's already inside the smoke, but also getting some visions. Used a car as its shield, but still ROZAVLEA has got a solid cover that might help him or help them to knock out the player down. But still the lobby has already converted into 3 teams, and after converting into the 3 teams, the teams are really scattered here and there over here, while the one esports is still surviving in this game, still making a survival factor for this game. We're talking about the game. I guess we are nearing to the end of the game, while the player is coming out of the hideout. Secret Way Sinjin catches him really off guard, and already the battle has converted into 3v1 situation. While Mind Arthur position is, I guess, already compromised, or the player will try to take the buggy and look after where he is. By saying this much, okay, I thought he was going to run over him, but instead, okay, it was done by his partner, and there is a winner chicken dinner for the team Secret Ways. It was a lovely chicken dinner for the team Secret Ways. And talking about the results, we will be moving through all the summaries, all the rankings in the game. As you can already witness, the winner chicken dinner was taken by the team none other than Secret Way. And for this match, we can see match summary over here. We can see match summary over here with 72 elimination, 38 assists, 76 knockout, 3 grenade elimination were took in this match, with 1 vehicle elimination and 8 headshots were capitalized in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome the chicken dinner hunters for the match number 4. It was none other than Team SW with 10 elimination, 2316 damage, 4 assists and 8 knockout for the team total. And talking about the individual performance of the players, we can see Wilbum with 4 elimination, knockouts of 2, assists 3, Sozwan with damage of 421 and also the elimination of 4, also knocked out with 2. And also we can see Flex damage of 131 with 0 elimination. And forming up on him, we can see Mukik with 573 damage and 2 elimination with 4 knockouts and 1 assist as well. Talking about the match standing, ladies and gentlemen, let's see the match standing here. While SW has took 1 win with chicken dinner, 10 placement points, 10 quick kill points, the total will be 20 points for the team Secret Ways for this single game, while the Mind is following with 17 elimination, METAMIND and goho with 13. We can see D with 9, and some of the teams were struggling to get at the top of the table, but as well as we can see the strugglers over here, right here too. While the pace is on the part 2, he doesn't feel any joy or happiness. And talking about match fraggers of the event, match fraggers of this game, match number 4, we can clearly see Madhur was the MVP for the game while securing 5 elimination. As we all know, this player has done a great performance, has shown a great caliber from the beginning of the game. As well as we can see Gohom with 5 elimination and Sulbum with 4, and as well as we can see Sawanzi with 4 eliminations. Talking about schedule, let's see what did we miss, and let me explain you all if you are just new to the game. It won't take quick. So first game was took by Nexus, the second was took by TNZ Esports, then the third was picked by MDX, fourth was picked by SWX team. Wolf and Aru handle it, but still Katana goes down, and Katana has trying to make some shots and knock down one player, and by knocking out the player he has created a perfect opening, but fire a retaliated shot, but as we can already see, our match number 5 has already begun. The teams have already dropped into their favorable location. They have already started to get engaged in the battle, but which team will be the first one to get eliminated? And we can see the team already getting eliminated as well, but we can see Team Justus getting the elimination as Team FVZ. A single player is trying to handle out the fight, but in the moment of chaos, he gets knocked out against the team, while FVZ, FARVOICE Gaming, is really successful in the matter. They take his one elimination, but lose their 2 players as well. But in the moment of time, he has come the backup from the team. Justus is trying to take some elimination against here, but he managed to get some shots, and players are still interested for the battle. He's in open area. This might get him some trouble, and in the mid of trouble, the team godfx is also getting into the trouble as well, and they are fighting against team number 12, that is RITZY Academy. They are also getting engagement with team RITZY Academy, and this might catch them some trouble over here. But still talking about the trouble, this time team is well prepared. They are well prepared to take the engagement, and RITZY Academy has already capitalized 1 point into their account in their team kills. But still godfx has also traded the player for 1 kills as well. But still talking about the game, we can literally see most of the teams are fighting from the right hand side of the map, but most of the teams, they didn't even approached Valdemar area as well. But still we'll get to see a lot of fight in the upcoming matches as well, and we do have 5 matches remaining for tomorrow. And on tomorrow also we will get to see that teams, how they fight, how they contribute in this game, how they make this lobby a lot more interesting, ladies and gentlemen. But talking about the interesting things, talking about the interesting battles, there is a fierce battle that is going on in Impala between team number 3. Okay, they are not in the battle. They were firing random shots and I considered it as a battle, and it was my minor mistake, ladies and gentlemen. But still talking about the game, and we can see RTZ player knocking out the player. But still FARVOICE Gaming, they are being chased by team Just You. They are chasing the team, but still in the battle of Abyss, we can see godfx player being knocked out, and RITZY Academy trying to put some pressure, trying to build some pressure against team. And this Molotov could do some damage against Smoke, but he did manage to dodge it in the meantime. But still Ganmas, he has successfully knocked out 1 player. But in the battle of chaos, Ganmas going for another stun grenade. This is the opportunity. Push him, and if he made the push here, if he made it successful, this might get him really a well numbers. But still when he was going for the push, he did manage to get 1 player down, and that was Karan. But Gand Masti, he came in a right moment and eliminated the threat, ladies and gentlemen. After the threat was neutralized, we will be moving back to our initiation competitor. That was none other than Justus, who were chasing FARVOICE Gaming and successfully managed to eliminate them at 16th position with 1 elimination from this lobby. And again we can see Sacred Ways getting into trouble against team number 17, Z74 Esports. Can Z74 Esports make it? And this is the big question for the Flex. Flex is nearby the team, and Flex is really nearby the Z7 freak, and I guess he knows the location that there is a player hiding there, or he's watching via TPP from the warehouse, and this might lead to the trouble. But still talking about the trouble, we can figure out that team Goho is also interested for some battles as well, while Windy, Meshag 67 and CH are in the game, and they are against none other than team TNZ Esports. I guess TNZ Esports have no idea that they are being watched by players from the both sides. They are being watched from the both sides, and if they get any opportunity, they won't regret to pull the trigger of the gun. So the scope is already fixed, and Misha are looking for the perfect opportunity over here. The player is trying to go for the grenade, and this might be the shot, and goes for mini 14 shots. Okay, tap shots are making into the connection, but didn't make a progressive shots over there. There was another player running into the open, but didn't manage to take him down. Goes for the tire, and this might do some damage, but instead the player should have targeted the player body. But due to some complication, it was really hard for the team to get the knocked out. If there was a knocked out, it was a good opening for the team to calibrate this 4v4 battle. But we can see Boria going for the shots against Goho Misha, but Misha managed to dodge that shots, and still against TNZ Esports trying to make some flank angles, trying to deal some damage. But in the middle of Abyss, there goes the shots from the team SWL. Player from Z7 Esports is also facing some trouble. They are facing some trouble over here, ladies and gentlemen. But while in the middle of trouble, Duma gets knocked out over here. Duma, it was a really passiveful situation for him, and here goes Asteria shots of Devil, but didn't manage to get any knockout or any result over here. But in the middle of the battle, we can see they are choking. They are literally choking, while the TNZ Esports is facing a much difficult situation over here in the middle of the chaos. We can also witness Z7 Kilono getting ready for the battle. He's taking the shots, but still goes down from the players of Secret Ways, instantly taken down, and Z7 are out of this lobby. But yeah, we can still witness the fight of team number 13, and okay, we have a new participant over here, and that will be team number 11. Team number 11 is the new contestant for this battle, where the team number, TNZ Esports and Goho were fighting, but in the middle of nowhere, team Old School has also come up with a plan of parting these two teams and taking the whole elimination from themselves from this fight. So let's see what will this story tell us, what will this end up, where this fight will end and which teams will survive. Will it be Old School or will it be Danger Esports? But players are already moving forward, they are already charging for the rush, and in this chaos moment, can they wipe the two teams out? Can Danger Esports survive the battle? Okay, one player is already knocked out, one player has been already kneel down, and still talking about the one player kneeling down, he has been already finished off by Old School. And here come the rush of four players. Whoever goes for the shots and instantly takes down one, goes for the finishing, goes try to finish him, but instantly secures that kill, and it was a regretful situation from team Old School. They completely were too slow to save their teammate, but in the middle of chaos we can see team number 16 getting into an engagement, and this engagement is leading to a hard situation for team number 16 as they get surrounded from all the sides from Nexus Gaming. Nexus Gaming is not losing any opportunity to take the kills into their credit, but still it is a great loss for team number 16 as they have lost their partners as well. While talking about the zone, there are lots of teams that are still outside the circle and that needs to come inside, and after this play zone shrinks, their damage will be a lot high. But talking about MetaMind, as they are going into the engagement against team that will be called as Bastards Test, and here goes the shots of is it Regaltos? Okay, I don't know, it is Regal. Okay, I get lost. Okay, it was I get lost, but he got machete over there. He got kata all over his body and he has died. And talking about the zone, yeah, let's see the zone also, ladies and gentlemen. Let's witness the way the zone is shrinking. And talking about the zone, we can still see our team Modern is doing some late rotation, and this might cost them a heavy price. This might cost the team a lot heavy price, as they are rotating not slow, they are extremely slow, but still can they backstab any team from the behind. But still I get lost is trying to make himself feel secure, trying to survive, just trying to make the survival, but in the middle of chaos nowhere. Here comes the Nexus Gaming, the dominators of this game, and while the team Old School is keeping an eye on EXILED Esports, Nexus won't be any happy to get their kills stolen by any other members, and they're trying to chase off Old Schools. While the talk was happening, we can see already the Team Gamersunited forces have already started to take the forces down against Team Secret Ways. And still talking about the game, ladies and gentlemen, we can all witness the game is going in a really smooth manner, and we have already completed 4 games, and this is the final game for today. And ladies and gentlemen who are connected, this information is for the people that are connected just right now into the stream. This is the event organized by Asteria Esports. This is the event organized by Asteria Esports, and it is Yeah, so let me continue. This event is organized by Asteria Esports. The prize pool for the event is $100, and this is the grand final round. Today we will be playing 5 matches. In the 5 matches, we have already completed 4, and this, the current match, the 5th match which is running, will be the final match for today. And tomorrow we'll be continuing all our deciding 5 matches that will decide the fate of the team, that will decide which teams is going to take the championship for this season. But in the middle of chaos, where everyone was rumbling through the circle, where everyone was rumbling through the terrain, we can see team ROZAVLEA getting behind team METAMINDers, and they could provide a harsh situation for METAMINDers from this position. The positioning can be really tricky for the team, but their confidence can be the key to make this fight really successful. But still talking about the fight, we can see team number 8 player also, I guess he's trying to survive, as his all of the teammates are lost in battle and he's completely left alone, and the circle will be closing soon. So he tries to survive and just trying to make a little bit less movement, less noises, so he won't be detected and can make his place up at the table, while the Gamers United foes are also united together. They are still surviving with 4 men standing, and they can also see TNZ coming closer. They have already witnessed the team TNZ, but still in this situation, can Guff control his triggered spin? And one player has already took the damage, and it was this player's a minor mistake that leads to exposure of the whole team, and this might be not favorable for the team as they have been already exposed. And if they would have managed to gain a surprise attack, they would have taken one player already down, but due to some miscalculation, the player was spotted and the team successfully fall back to their own holding spot. But yeah, as we can see, the team OS old school is trying to make some shots over here, trying to barrage some grenades, trying to throw some throwables into the smoke, and this grenades makes a connection, takes one player down. Sick boy going for the rush, and another player also goes down, while the Guff portion is also making his approach in the fight of OS and TNZ. It was a really helpful situation for Team OS, but as the MetaMind are getting into the engagement, but still we can see I get closer trying to survive, but Wolf has already spotted the black sheep. The black sheep was none other than the player from Gamers United Force who are sitting at the back line of the zone and trying to get some damage, but in the middle of chaos here. Mind Wolf gets a headshot connection, but that connection won't be enough to make the player knocked out. Okay, TNS player getting engaged with Gamers United forces, and Madara was trying to switch the seats and hit some shots against the team, but he was not successful doing so, and retaliated fire caused some damage and also damaged his vehicle. But still, players have the numbers and TNZ Esports doesn't have the zone, and this might be upper hand for the team Gulf Esports. And still there are two players surviving. One player is already casualtized and one players have already been knocked out, but still TNS is out of numbers, and this game of number could turn the tide of this fight while the Gulf org going forward, and if he gets knocked out against Clocky, this might get situation intense, but he pulled it off easy. And yeah, we never know, like, if you carry shotgun most of the time in the situation of 1v1 with a player with automatic rifle, you can easily win the situation. But still, talking about the battles, talking about the zones, talking about each and everything that's going on in the field of Miramar, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, this is the event for $1,000 prize pool. $1,000 prize pool, and the format for this whole event was, first the team played on the group stage with 5 groups, and from the 5 groups, and every group were allowed to play 4 matches, and from their top 3 qualified into semi-finals. And it was a long route to grand finals. Team were competing each other, and after semi-finals, top 3 were already qualified to finals, and top 4 to 10 went to last chance, and from last chance also top 2 qualified to the finals, and in grand finals top 3 were qualified. And after this all struggle, and all, the team managed to get into the finals. And in the finals, as we can see, we can already witness, the teams are going really well against each other. And this is the Asteria series, ladies and gentlemen. There will be season 2 coming on soon. So don't forget to like the channel, subscribe the channel, and also don't forget to join the Discord if you do want to participate in the future events as well. And also talking about the events, while the zone is shrinking, and we'll get to see a new circle formation that will be more compact than the current one. And in the battle of Abyss, we can see the player from the old school, that's none other than Sick Boy, getting knocked out from Goff Potion, and Goff Potion is in a higher ground advantage, so he can easily spot out the player, and this might cause a little bit difficulty for the team old school, as they have already as he have already knocked out one player. But Goff Potion retaliating the fire, but Mahakara getting shots against Goho, but Goho getting into the trouble, I guess. Okay, not getting into the trouble, but still they are into a big trouble, as they are already eliminated from the battle, and many teams are already getting eliminated from the battle, and the only survivors that are remaining for the fights, the only survivor that are remaining for this battle are top 5 teams. That's none other than Guff, Medex, US, and Team Mind. These are the 5 teams that are still surviving in this lobby, and can their survival make them grab a better opportunity in this lobby? That is a real question for the teams that are playing currently over here. And but if they don't manage to get a safe and secure spot, their struggle will be in a vain. So yeah, the teams are still trying, and we can see already the team Modern has already capitalized 5 elimination into their name, while Makira has 2 elimination for himself, and Abullah with 3 elimination, while Danin as 0 and already lost Ronaldinho in the process of the battle, while the team Guff is already in the verge of madness, while they are raining fire against each and every team wherever they see any heads or body. But still, talking about the engagement, we are on the short of time, and in some seconds, in some minutes, we'll see our final game for the day one also ending right today. The 5 matches were completed out, and we will conclude the match stats as well, and how the team secured the points, how they matched up the points, how they did the every deed into the game. But still, talking about the game, we do have 5 teams remaining in this battle, and Team Guffa taking position like crazy. They are splitted in literally every way and every angle, so they can easily track and hunt down the players that are coming through any backlashes or mid sides. And still, talking about the fight, where we can see METAMIND going against Team Guff. They are really going against Team Guff, and they are really trying to aggress themselves against Guff, as they have already looted Sahmad and they don't have nothing to lose. They are all in for this battle. Reminders, they are moving into the zone. As they move into the zone, this might get troublesome for them, as they have already spotted the player from Sacred Way. Sacred Way already lost his or her 3 players, but still have already capitalized on 4 elimination, and this 4 elimination with the 5 placement point, 4, 5, 6, 7. This could get them none other than only 7 points. And yeah, as I have told, with 7 points, the team is eliminated from the lobby in #5, and with 4 elimination. And in the middle of chaos, and the team gets eliminated. That's none other than Goff, and domination for our mid-wolf. And here's a lovely winner chicken dinner for the team. None other than METAMIND. It was a fabulous game for the team METAMIND, and we'll be looking through all the stats, all the results that are in the game right now. As we can see the match summary, it was 62 elimination with 30 assists, 56 knockouts, 2 grenade elimination, 1 vehicle elimination was there with 11 perfect headshot connections. As talking about winner chicken dinner team, it was none other than METAMIND with 9 elimination total, 1870 damage, 4 assists and 7 knocked out for the game. We'll be talking about individual stats of the player, individual contribution of the player. It's none other than Dratcher with 2 elimination, Wolf with 4 elimination, Daru MVP with 3 elimination, as well as Sadmad with 0 elimination. Sadmad did try to contribute, but he was already eliminated from the game. As we talk, we can see Mind with 1 winner chicken dinner, 10 placement point, 9 kills and 19 total points for the game. Following up, we can see Guff coming behind them with 16 points, while MDX is also behind them with 13. OS has also secured some couple of points, but as phase 2 comes right in front of our screen, we can see the struggling teams that were making some struggle to get some points in this match. And about the match fraggers, about the player who were running their guns off the cliff, we can see Castanova with 5 elimination with the damage of 875, as well as Wolf with 878 elimination with the kills of 4, and we can see Guff Org with 4 elimination, Boom with 3 elimination, as well as Minda MVP with 3 elimination. And the most awaited moment, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you and me as well, we can see NEXUS Gaming still at top with 60 elimination, 54 for the team Modern, 48 for Sacred, 48 for METAMIND, and Golden Horde is also coming right behind them. And also talking about the second page, we can see Justus trying to make some points, and it was a 1 point that could have changed the fate of Justus and sent them. Okay, it was not 1 point, it was 6 point difference, and they could have made into first, okay, not first but second phase of the standing. But talking about overall fraggers, we have to witness which teams have secured the position for the overall fraggers. That's none other than Minda Aura with 16 elimination, NX Sikmi with 15 elimination, Nixia with 14 elimination, and we can see Gomo Mashal with 12 elimination, as well as Boom with 10 elimination for this game, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, this was for today, and we'll be looking to the quick summary of today's day. First game was took by NXS, none other than NEXUS Gaming. Second game, fabulous performance from team TNZ Esports, and third was excellent performance from team MD, team Modern, and also SW team Secretary also managed their way into a winner chicken dinner, as well as the final game was finished by team Mind. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was for today. This was for the day 1. We will be meeting again tomorrow for day 2. So don't forget to like the channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and also yeah, don't forget to click that like button. So see you soon. Can Wolf and Aru handle it, but still Katana goes down, and Katana has already and they fish them out from this battle, but the jump is secret way has already one player won the opponent in seconds. Two players remaining from the side. Eliminated from the there goes the grenade, and it doesn't make any connection. It trying to fire a retaliated entire barrage of bombs, entire cargo plane dropping a bomb. It's like a red zone, artificial red zone created by a single player. If he manages to drop that 7 bombs,